Hey, 405th, Cujo 311 here. Thought I'd do another video tutorial. Let you guys watch me work my way through Hugh Holder's ODST shoulder bases. We're going to start out with the pep. Here it is. Let's get started. Alright, here we are in my work area. You can see the photo of Hugh's shoulder base that he released earlier this week, and we're making the underpiece of the shoulder. When he first released his shoulder design, I tried taking photos that he had out there and creating my own pattern off of his. Mine is big enough for mini-me, so thank goodness he released the pep file for this. So I printed out my pep file, and what I do with my pep files when I get them, I print them on 110-pound cardstock that I get from Walmart. It's about $5 a bundle. And I just take my pep files and I take a good pair of sharp scissors and I come in here and rough out my design. Now, pretty much with this pep file, it's pretty simple. You made this one pretty easy to do. This would be a good pep file for somebody who's never done pepakura before, who would like to try it out, see if they can get the scaling right, and see if they can print it out and put it together. Me, I come in, like I said, I rough it out with the scissors to start with, which is what I'm doing right here. And I just want to trim it as close as I can with the scissors. I'm just trying to get the bulk of it off. And then when I get the bulk of it off, I come back in with a good sharp X-Acto knife and I trim out all of the detail stuff that needs to be trimmed out in between the tabs. There we go. Now all the tabs are cut out. Now, after I get all of that cut out, next thing up is to do my fold lines. I usually do black for mountains. I use red for valleys. I just take a straight edge, come back in here, and go over those fold lines a couple of times so that I have nice, crisp fold lines. And I'll just keep working through this file, cutting out all the pieces, doing my fold lines, and putting all the pieces together. Now normally once I get them all cut, folded and everything, I'll go back in, I'll use my tacky glue and I'll glue it together. But for this one, because we're actually going to be making a foam pattern out of it, I'll actually go back and use masking tape and just tape the pattern together. Once I get it taped together, I'll try it out, I'll see how well it fits, and then make any adjustments. Here's what the shoulder pattern looks like after it's been cut out and taped together. Now, I tried this shoulder on, I get it up to about my elbow, and it's still a little tight. So to adjust it, rather than print the whole thing back out again, to adjust it, I'm going to insert a piece here to extend this portion of the strap about 3 inches. So that way I have enough room to slip it up on my arm. The finished pattern is right here, and this is set up for me to trace out on my foam and cut out. Notice that there's no tabs on the pieces because I don't need the tabs to cut out the foam design. So I'll take this over to a piece of foam, I'll trace it out, and then we'll cut it out on the bandsaw. Okay, here we are at the bandsaw. Make sure if you're using any power tools, you got your safety glasses. Now, don't know if you can see this or not. Here's the traced out pattern on the foam. So I want to cut it down to size, and I apologize if the saw is loud. just cut the foam out so I can get it down to a rough size. Once I get it down to my rough size, I can go ahead and go back in and start cutting out the detail pieces of the foam. And I'm just going around the outside, cutting off the chunks of foam that I'm not going to need. And we're almost done. And there we go. One shoulder cut out. So now, hot glue. That's what's next. Alright, here you go. You can see the shoulder pad after I got it all hot glued together. It fits pretty well. It's a little snug, but you know, not a bad deal. I think if I did it again, I might make the understrap just a little bit wider so I could actually slide it up over top of a shirt or whatever, so it would fit a little bit looser. But I'm pretty happy with it. So there is used shoulder base done in foam, and I hope you guys learned something. I hope you saw something that was cool. And like I said, if you have any questions, drop me a message down below, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks, guys.